Hey guys, welcome everybody, and a big welcome it is. First of all, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed to this YouTube channel. It has grown in leaps and bounds in the vending sect. As many of you know, I'm active on a lot of the Facebook groups that have to do with vending and amusement games and bulk vending as far as change machines, etc. And first thing I want to cover today is something that really kind of gets under my skin, and I never name any names because A, it's not good to get in an argument online. Anything should be solved in private. In other words, if you have an issue with somebody, and none of these issues are with me personally, as far as Doug Bale. However, this past week, there was a lot of, let's just say, scuttlebutt on locating services. Okay? Guys, I never used a locating service. Back in the 70s when I was very active, and through the 80s and 90s as far as an operator, we did this footwork either ourselves or we had somebody on the clock 20, 30, 40 hours a week. I think from the time about 85 hit, things got a little bit tougher after the video game boom kind of failed. And I was back heavily into full line vending because there wasn't a lot of business in amusement. But as far as bars, jukeboxes, pool tables, you know, the steady eddies, the ones that make 40 every week or 60 every week, we had full-time salespeople. I only had one. I was not that big of an operator. I had about 250 pieces out, so 3 routes. But anyways, last week, well, let's start over in a month ago. I teamed up, and when I say I teamed up, not financially, I have nothing to do with the company. I give them recommendations. I have a weekly conference call with the owner. This locating service that I have started to endorse has been in business 6 years. They know what they're doing. I asked a ton of questions on several phone calls before I ever put my name with theirs, for the simple fact that why risk ruining your reputation if you're with somebody that doesn't do a good job? So anyways, make a long story short, and this company that I teamed up with, by the way, when I refer you, yes, there is a $50 discount. That's why I ask that you write to my email, and then I will forward that to the locating company. So anyways, there is a built-in discount there for you, not for me. But anyways, I told this person, I said, you know, you've got 3 or 4 people on staff, which is more than most. My favorite bulk locator is Rodney. Rodney works with his family. They don't have a big staff. I don't know this for sure, for certain, but they may work from home. But anyways, I told this person with the new company, I said, you know, a lot of times people that I've gotten involved with, be prepared to hire more help. And he said, oh, we will, you know, if it comes to that, if you send that much business. Well, the first week I think I sent about 18 leads. In other words, this is 2021 January during COVID-19. A lot of locations have closed, a lot of them never to reopen, depending on what kind of spots you have. So anyways, after the first week or so, he was impressed. He signed up about 6 of those people, and those locations have long since been delivered. But now we're into the 5th week, and his staff has gone from 3 to 4 to 6, now to 8. And he said he likes to train people in sets of 2 because it's easier. So anyways, they are up to 8 people now. They just hired on an amusement specialist. I am once again teamed up with somebody on the East Coast that produces crane machines. We are going to start promoting crane routes all over the U.S. In other words, you're going to be able to buy a crane from us, full of plush, delivered to the location, and the location's going to be free. And to save you a lot of time and aggravation, depending on how big a spot this is, if you buy a 24-inch crane, a 30-inch crane, or maybe bigger, we have an auto ship program. In other words, if you need a box of plush every week, let's hope it's a week, but probably not. But if it's every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 or even 4, the FedEx or UPS man will show up at your home or your place of business with a box of plush. We'll charge you whatever kind of plush you bought. That's called auto ship. So anyways, look for that in the near future. But anyways, getting back to our groups, our friendly Facebook groups, you've seen me on them. There's a lot of key players on them. I won't mention them right now. But when somebody comes on and makes a blatant statement and says, and I knew it was going to happen, but it took about 5 weeks, as per talking about locators. All locators are a fraud. Now, this was a person, I'm not going to mention even male or female, this was a person that I had never seen before. I had not seen post. Well, in the southeast, there was a couple of, and I am going to mention them, ladies. Now these are South Carolina, Georgia, somewhere down there, but when somebody puts something on their Facebook profile, you don't really know where they are. They could be in South Africa. But anyways, they had a location in the South, and there was a couple of ladies, and they took a lot of money. They took a lot of deposits. They never produced anything. Well, this was just a flat scam, okay? You know what? If you paid with Venmo or, some other Facebook Messenger, you have no protection, and I mean none. There was no reviews for these two ladies, and they could have been the same lady with a different picture, different name, but anyways, there was no review. If you send them a deposit, they don't produce, you have no recourse, okay? The locating company I endorse, guess what? They accept PayPal. PayPal is so sided with the buyer. It's really tough if you're a seller, because I've shipped items, let's just say on eBay, and I shipped this lock. Well, this was a key number, let's say 1157. Well, they get this lock and they saw a picture and they said, well, I wanted the 1159 key, and this is not right. So you have the choice now. You sent a $4 lock across country that cost you $4.75. You can abandon the product and give them the product, or now you can pay for return postage, another $5, and they send it back. So anyways, what I'm getting at is PayPal is very protective of the buyers. So my locating company that I am involved with accepts PayPal. They also accept credit cards and debit cards, and you know as well as I do, you can go right to your bank if you have an issue and file a claim, and I think 98% of the time they're going to side with you. So anyways, guys, these people that pop and blow on these groups, I see a lot of things happen, and I bite my tongue because, once again, I don't want to get in a flame war with them, but I think we heard this in one of the presidential debates, and you guys know that I am not political. You are entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own set of facts. You guys remember that? I do, and that was the greatest statement, I think, in any of those presidential debates. So, but anyways, guys, so enough about that. We appreciate everybody's business. The Facebook groups are great. We take very few people out of them. We mute very few people, but don't get on there and pop and blow, because there's two sides to every story. Get a hold of an admin. If you've had an issue with a person, that's what the administrators are for. I'm an administrator in a couple of the groups. Some of my very close colleagues are administrators if it's not their group entirely. So contact them first. Don't get on there and start a war. It doesn't help anybody, and everybody wants to climb on and blah, blah, blah. We'll get to the bottom of it, okay? But most importantly, don't pay for these services with Venmo and anything where you cannot file a claim, okay? I think we've covered enough of that. A little bit about my videos. The reason I posted a lot of these videos that are hopefully instructional, because I see the same questions asked, and they might ask them in 4 groups in the same day, and they're always something simple, but I think it's better to give them a 6 or 8 minute video with some good information on, gee, do I buy the machine first? Gee, do I secure the location first? Well, That is one of my most popular videos, and it was prior to this one by a couple. So I encourage you, small channels, it really helps when you subscribe. Click that bell. You will be notified when a new video comes out. You don't need to watch it. You're not obligated. Hopefully you get something out of these. So anyways, some exciting news. I have been buying my locks from Baton Lock. B-A-T-O-N. They are good people. They are family owned. They are in Southern California, kind of close for me because I'm in Las Vegas, and they have been in business 40 years, and if I'm not mistaken, I had to have been one of their first customers because I was buying their locks 40 years ago. I have taken them on now as their distributor. Very happy, very proud. These guys don't import from China. They don't sell these soft shipping locks, as we call them. When you buy a vending machine, you don't get a high security lock. Not from us, not unless you pay for something, pay for a high dollar lock. But some people don't want to add that $25 or $35 expense. So anyways, this is what we call a shipping lock. You're all familiar with it. It has 7 pins, it uses a round key. I can drill this in probably, if I was set up, had all the tools laid out, 30 to 60 seconds. 30 seconds if I get lucky and I don't ever break a bit or it doesn't slip off to the side. But anyways, these are called shipping locks for a reason. So we will soon, and I put some of them up on the website now. I'm going to put one link down below. If you are an amusement game operator that uses cam locks, okay? We all know what a cam lock is. Well, the way it got its name is it has a cam, okay? It has a cam. That's what's called a cam lock. Those are used in video games, redemption games. A lot of cabinets have these. You may have a condiment stand in your vending bank, and down below there's a locking cabinet where you keep your extra mustard and ketchup and cups and things like that. But you will now be able to have a key-to-like series of locks. You can have your plug locks and your cam locks keyed to the same high security lock. And these are drill proof. They are super hardened. We will have hasps available. We will have padlocks. Anything to do with security as far as vending machines, we will soon have available. We will hopefully have the entire production line up on our site within a couple of weeks, maybe a month. It takes a lot of work, and there's a huge inventory. So there's always a little bit of a timeline. We don't stock 25 locks with 4 keys. In other words, these are made per order. So when you order and you pay, it might be 7 days, it might be 10 days. It depends on how backed up the factory is. But with COVID, the amount of break-ins, security should be first, guys. It should be about the thing you think about after you get your business license. Security is important. We've even had break-ins here at our shop. We've had to beef up our doors, you know, steel I-beams and supports, and our front door now, being as it's open to the public, has 3 deadbolts. So anyways, if you show people that you mean business and you have a high security lock, not this one, they won't even, crooks are smart, they won't try and break in them. Now if you have a car wash and you have a bunch of meth people hanging around, it doesn't matter what you have, they will attempt to break in. For the most part, they won't get in, but they'll cause a hell of a lot of damage. So guys, security should be first. And I'm going to quit rambling here, but a couple points today. I hope it helps somebody. Do let me know in the comments. We're always looking for new ideas, and we will keep rattling these short 10-minute videos out as people watch them. So guys, appreciate you being here. Doug at Doug's World Tour. Out.